Alright, we just got our double barrel arrow loader. We're going to be putting this together, putting it on our bow, and testing it out. So let's go ahead and open her up. Get all of our parts laid out. Looks like they've got some pretty good instructions here on how to put it together. First, we're going to put section A into B there. We're also going to need an Allen wrench to tighten this down. Make sure it's snug, but not too tight. Okay, we have two options. One is we can take this apart and screw it in, or if we try like this, the bolt that's in there is not going to be taut enough to keep screwing in. So we can take this apart, or we can get an Allen wrench that's going to fit down in there. Alright, so I'm just going to have it snug right now, so that I can put the upper part in and make sure that I get it lined up properly. That's not really where I want it. So what I'm going to need to do is take this arm back out so that I can tighten up the bottom bolt and get the adjustment where I want it. Alright, it's taken me a few tries to get it adjusted to where I think I want it. One of the problems I've noticed is with these two bolts here, when I'm tightening them, this seemed to, the whole mechanism here seemed to rotate a little bit more, and then it would come loose real easily. So we'll see once we get out and start shooting if I was able to tighten it down quite enough and got it in the right position. Okay, we've got her on our bow here. We're going to nock an arrow. Then we're going to put the arrow in the double barrel arrow holder. Seems a little bit awkward the way that I'm doing it. Maybe there's a better way. Alright, now let's see how well it shoots. How easy it is to get the other arrow. Keep them a little loose. Alright, we're in there good. We also need to listen to see if we hear any additional noise. Okay, well that didn't work very well. It loosened right up on me. Alright, so what happened? When I shot my first arrow, I didn't hear any additional noise. When I used my finger to bring the arrow from the double barrel arrow loader over, it loosened up and pulled in, which we don't want that. So I think what we may need to do is We got to try tightening this up again. We need to maybe put a lock washer in there. Let's go. I'll get the arrows and we'll try it again. Alright, we're going to load up our double barrel arrow loader first. Now we will knock an arrow. Okay, that worked a little bit better that time. It's going to take a little bit of practice of getting used to that, but I was able to load it relatively quickly and quietly. We'll practice a little bit more and see how things work out. That time, this did not loosen up on me, so I think I have it tight enough now. But again, more practice, and we'll see how it works out. Okay. Try her another time here. We're going to load up the double barrel arrow loader. Knock an arrow. That seemed to work much better that time. It's just going to take some practice to get used to it. Seems to be pretty quick to load. What we'll do is we'll put my quiver on and I will shoot a couple, pulling from the quiver, and try to compare the two. Alright, now we're going to try pulling an arrow from the quiver after shooting and see how that works comparatively to the double barrel arrow loader. Okay, I believe the double barrel arrow loader is a little bit quicker. Okay, while putting my bow in my bow case, I'm noticing a slight problem here, that it's not fitting very well with the double barrel arrow loader on. This is how I normally put my bow in. My straps here aren't going to reach this way. I'll only be able to get 1, 2 of my 4 straps. So let's put it over this way. Not sure how well it's going to fit in my bow case. But if this is something I want to use, I'm not going to want to have to take it off and put it on every time I want to use it. Let's see how well this closes up. So, alright, it looks like it fits. I just had to readjust how I store my bow in my bow case. And we'll let it sit in here overnight. Tomorrow we'll take a look, bring it out, shoot it, and see if it's caused the double barrel arrow loader to loosen up any, which would not be a good thing. Until then. Alright, let's see how this fared overnight in my case. You can see right now that it's folded up right into it. That's not good. I can pull it out and it looks like it's back in position. Let's try shooting it a couple times and see how that works. Alright, we've got her back on here. I just had to pull it out a little bit. It tightened right up. Go ahead and shoot it and see how she works. Seems to work pretty good. Okay, something that I just noticed here is this has loosened up, so we're going to have to make sure that we tighten these up, and you're going to have to check it each time before taking it out to shoot. A few things I wanted to add to the double barrel arrow loader review is while I was assembling it, I just snugged the screws. I did not go back and make sure that they were real tight, and that was part of the problem for them loosening up. This screw here for the A and B assembly, I put a little Loctite type thread adhesive on there to keep it snug. I've done the same thing on other screws on my bow. Also, once I adjusted the double barrel arrow loader down at this part here, I did not need a lock washer, and the fact that it does loosen up a little bit is nice for storage. At first I thought that was going to be a problem, but it's actually a feature, I think, a benefit, because I can store it in my bow case the way I want. I pull it back out, it tightens up to where I need it, and I haven't had any problems with it loosening up after that. After practicing and getting used to this, getting the rhythm down, I found for me the easiest way to bring the arrow from the double barrel arrow loader to my knock point is 2 fingers to push it over evenly, pops right in. My other hand on the knock, pull it on the string, and then I'm ready to shoot. I've also found that using the double barrel arrow loader, I'm able to load my arrow quieter and with much less movement than reaching for my quiver, pulling the arrow up. Besides being quieter, less movement, it's also quite a bit faster for me to do. So I'm impressed with the double barrel arrow loader. At first I didn't know how I was going to like it, but the more I use it, the more I get used to it, the more I practice with it, the more and more I like it. Thanks for watching my video review of the double barrel arrow loader. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe. I'm planning on having many more reviews in the near future. Thanks. See you later.